And we're back on the all-weather again for race number 9. This is Class 3 over the trip of 1,200 metres, and Maximus, coming back from 1,650 to 1,200 metres, has run 5th in a trial since his last start. Manstar, Fiery Diamond is shooting for 4 victories in a row, but carries more weight here, 128 pounds. Quadruple double, a last start winner when he was heavily backed in the market for David Hall and Alfie Chan. Mark the Moment is a newcomer. He was Warrior Hero with Michael Friedman prior to arriving. He won 3 races in Australia from his 12 starts. Red Desert ran well again last start. Lightning Bolt drawn barrier 11. Jolly Ruler, his performance last start deemed unacceptable, but he's trialled well since. 8 trigrams. Golden Warsteed and Youthful Deal up in grade here with only 116 pounds on his back. Vincent may put up 1 over there. There is a few speed options in this race here, Nick.
There is, yeah. Quadruple double, certainly one of them, and Alfie Chan's on board him and showed good speed down the straight last time out, and he's also got some winning form when going forward on the all-weather. So look, he's an interesting one. I think he will be the pace. He might be followed by the newcomer Mark the Moment, who has looked interesting on his trials. 8 trigrams, usually not too far away. Manstar, we know, has got pace pull, but he's going to be drawn 10, so that keeps him out a little bit.
Yeah, Maximus has got a good draw. He had a tough run last time from a wide draw, so he should get himself into it. And Youthful Deal, another one that's drawn really well, so he won't be far away.
So that is the speed for race number 9. Derek Lunga, he's a man in form at the moment, and he rides for an informed stable. It's Benno Young. His horses have been flying on the all-weather, and he's got Fiery Diamond shooting for 4 victories in a row.
Derek, Fiery Diamond did a really good job last time out. You've retained the ride on him. All-weather, Benno Young, his horses. I guess there's no better combination at the moment.
Yes, he ran very good last start. You know, we have a good draw, and the track is good for him. The weather is good for him, and he was up in front, was quite easy, so he quite smooth in the race. So that's how he finished very strong. And this time with an outside draw, and inside a couple of horses, we try to go forward. And if the pace is stable for him, he can be handy and he will run good.
From a rider's perspective, is it quite impressive the way this horse sort of travels on the all-weather? Because he's 3 from 3 this season, and he seems to be loving the surface.
Yes, last season he always used to be jump fast and big keen, and this season he's more mature. You can see he more relaxed during the race, and last time he had good draw, he jumped sharp, and he quite relaxed in front, and he saved the energy until last 400. Yeah.
You must have been impressed, Derek, with the way he won. I mean, he had a glance around. I mean, you were 3.5 lengths clear at the finish. I mean, he's just racing so well, this horse.
Yeah, he do. He condition on the all-weather is very good, and last time he don't have too much weight on his back, so he quite comfortable, quite good.
Talking of weights and measures, 7 pounds extra, 10 points more. They're not making it easy for him, are they?
Yeah, because the way how he win, can't say anything, but just depend the pace.
You mentioned the pace, of course. Obviously, you're drawn 9 this time around. They usually go quick in these types of races. Is it a necessity that he does lead, or would you be happy taking a lead on him, perhaps?
Well, he doesn't need to be lead, because last time you don't want him to be lead. You just want him to be handy with cover, but which he jumped good and smooth, so just let him do what he comfortable. And this time will be the same. If you jump sharp, just go handy, go forward, just smooth.
You and Benno have got a decent little record. I think you've only ridden for him 4 times before this meeting, and that's a couple of winners. So I imagine you'd like to stay on them, especially on the all-weather, because they're racing so well.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you for the trainer Benno. He's been supporting me quite a few years, and yeah, I'd like to keep riding winner with him.
He looks a strong ride, Fiery Diamond, and hopefully he might make it 4 from 4.
Thank you very much. Try my best.
Great to hear there from Derek Lunga. He's riding Fiery Diamond, who's the early favourite in betting at 4.5. But we can move on and have a look at a few other runners in this race. Quadruple double this day, Paul. He was hammered in the market. We didn't see a lot from 8 trigrams, and Golden Warsteed nearly ended up with the pot plants over the outside rail.
He did, didn't he? Look, it was a good run from Quadruple Double, and he's a horse that has performed on the all-weather as well. Just whether he can put 2 together, Alfred Chan aboard, he will go to the front, I think, so he'll get his opportunity.
Yeah, and very nice pot plants they are too. But look, this horse obviously won at a decent price, even though he was back. So there's a nice little touch there landed, and he's a very honest horse, very versatile as well.
Yep, they certainly got stuck into him there. David Hall, the trainer of him. Youthful Deal, he's a last start winner, and had been, I guess, building to a win like this, Nick, but it took a while. Can you go back to back with a lightweight this time?
I don't think it's impossible, Tom. Look, he is a horse who I think has been building up to this. I think he's not the easiest of rides. Probably takes a little bit of knowing, but he's the son of deep field. We know that they excel on this surface, and I think this was a cracking ride from Zach on this occasion. Obviously, he's got 116, so a bit light for the champ in that regard. But Vincent Ho takes over. Good draw. I think he's got a bit more to offer.
Yeah, I quite like him as well. I mean, he's had 2 starts in the all-weather for a win and a placing, so maybe this is his right go. He did race on the turf and got beaten by Ice Legend, who came out on 1 as well. So the form had been not too bad.
He's been one of those horses, hasn't he, that has looked like he's going to win at the 250 metres, and then he goes from travelling really strongly to really being hard ridden, but he produced last time out. Newcomer in the race is Mark the Moment, and he is here for Pierrong and Jerry Chow on the all-weather for the first time here. Paul, he'd won in Australia 3 times prior to arriving, along with a few other placings also. Yeah,
look, I thought the all-weather trial wasn't too bad. The visor goes on, the tongue tie goes on as well. He's 1190 pounds. He's had those 4 trials and he's drawn nicely in barrier 1. I didn't include him, but I'll be interested to see how he goes.
Yeah, look, I think on his Australian form, it was on wet tracks and soft and heavy ground, and that can usually translate to an all-weather surface. Maybe not so much the dirt, but I know it can to different all-weather surfaces. So, yeah, look, I'm interested in him. I thought that trial was really good.
Yeah, trial looked pretty handy there, as Nick mentioned. Tips here, Paul. Fiery Diamond, the early favourite, just in front of Jolly Ruler.
Yeah, look, I've got both those in, but I'm going to go with Midori Beauty again. I went with him last time coming onto the surface. I thought he'd be a good bet, but he didn't really like the wet slow. So it should be different conditions here. We'll give him another chance. Zach aboard once again. Youthful Deal up in grade, but with a light weight. Fiery Diamond, he's up in weight once again, but he is going for 4 in a row. And Jolly Ruler does like this surface, has been running well on it. From barrier 5, Sylvester aboard, he should get his opportunity. 6, 12, 3 and 9.
Yeah, Fiery Diamond for me. He's just on such a roll, this horse, and last time out he absolutely hacked up. And well, he's run 2 starts ago. He beat Stand Up, and that form could be nicely franked in race number 7. So he'll go on top for me. Red Desert was a horse that I thought was quite interesting. He actually ran 3rd behind Fiery Diamond last time out, and even though he's on a 22 race losing streak, he's off a very, very good mark. Mark the Moment I've put in. I thought that trial was really good, and he looks an intriguing raced newcomer. A Youthful Deal down at the bottom. I think he might still have more to offer on this surface. Looks to maybe have found his niche perhaps. 3, 7, 5 and 12.
He is the early favourite to Fiery Diamond, but he is worse off in the weights with many of his rivals in race number 9, the second of the races on the all-weather at Sha Tin.